easy. Hurry up, come on. Get it over. Hurry up, get in there. Get in your cage. Shut up and keep walking. Shut up and keep walking.
That came out here today and marched and showed the government and showed the political establishment and the ILF exactly what we think of austerity. So thank you for going out. The future of the country depends on you, and you answer the call. And for what we're going to do now, we've got a couple of speakers lined up, and then we've got 3 speakers lined up. They're going to talk for a short while, and then what we're going to do, we're going to open up the microphone. We're going to have a kind of an open mic general assembly. In Occupy Cork, the way we make decisions and the way we discuss policy, we discuss issues, is anyone is allowed to speak, and we talk in turns, and there is no chairperson. There's only a facilitator who kind of coordinates who's to speak next. How are you folks? I'm really happy to be here. It's great to see such a great crowd. This is day 15 of Occupy Cork, and it's a brilliant way to mark it. Yeah, as I said, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Occupy Cork. I see a lot of familiar faces, so bear with me if some of this is old news, but yeah, it's just, it's fabulous to be here. Like, we're part of Occupy Cork, it's the local part of a global movement. It's spreading all over the world, from Occupy Wall Street, but before that it's been in Tunisia, Iceland, Spain, Egypt, and like, this is what we're here today. This is being replicated all across the continent and all across the world, and this is a real powerful global movement that we're part of. Like, this crowd, we're building, and this is only going to get bigger from here on in. Like, what we're here about, as Owen say, is we're trying to open up a democratic space that everyone can participate in, because what we have is we have a country where the decisions, they have no connection to the people. People don't want the IMF here. We don't want the bankers being bailed out instead of the people. We don't want the bank debts imposed on us, and the IMF and the ECB, they're totally unelected. They were never chosen by the people of this country or any other country, and we want them out. They don't have any role in our affairs. So yeah, like, I think Occupy Cork, what we're trying to be is we're trying to be the opposite to this completely undemocratic process. What we're seeing all over the country is we've a new government, but there's the same bloody economic policies, the same old pay the bonds, pay the banks, kowtow to what the IMF and the ECB tell them to do, and just lay down and take it. We've got, this is a really disturbing trend in Greece and in Italy. They've prime ministers that are completely unelected. They've these bloody bankers put in, and this is the way we're going. We have a bad democracy in this country, but we want to make it better. What's happening is it's getting worse, and if we don't do something about it, if we don't really make this movement our own, make it powerful, grow it from here, then we're in big trouble. The biggest thing I think we have to fight against is this fatalism, this idea that there is no other way. That, like, people are saying, we need to fight that. That's such a powerful thing. There's one word. When somebody says that to you, say one word back to them. Say Iceland. In Iceland, they refuse to pay the debts. They're writing their constitution on the internet right now as we speak. Everybody is able to contribute to that. And they refuse to pay the bad bank debts. And despite all the threats, all the country will be fucked, whatever, excuse my French, if we don't pay them, they're back on the international markets. They can borrow money now. It's all lies. We can do this differently. We have to do this differently. I'm not going to pay this debt. My children are not going to pay this debt. My grandchildren are not going to pay this debt. So yeah, people ask, what are we for? What's our alternative? This is it. Occupy Cork, these democratic processes, we're trying to... Power has gone so far from people. Democracy in this country is a mockery of what it really should be. So what we're trying to say is we need to take back control of these decisions that affect our lives. We're going to have an assembly later. We really want everybody to come and speak what's you know, the difficulties and the troubles that people have. We want to hear them. These are really important things that need to be discussed, and yeah, the more the merrier. Like, and we have assemblies every day at 6 o'clock down at the camp, and we really encourage people to get involved. Like, there's a great cross section here of people, and the more we link up together, like, isolated we're weak, but together we're strong, and that's a really important message. And yeah, like, we're growing, we're working with different community groups, different individuals, unions, other groups, and like, there's so much more we can do. We can grow this. When they started in Wall Street, when they started in Cairo, there was only a small handful of people. They started in Madrid with a small handful of people, and they grew, and they grew, and now you have this massive global movement, this powerful global movement, and it's only getting bigger. As far as I can see, there's no alternative. We can't just accept these debts on it. It's too much. So yeah, like, I'm not gonna speak too long. But yeah,
Like, we need to talk about working in solidarity. We can't be puppets for the bankers' debt. This is economic oppression that we're facing. This is it's a new form of debt slavery. Like, we need to take that democratic power back, and we really need everybody to take that power back themselves, get involved with the different groups, come along to our General Assembly, get involved and help make this a reality. So this isn't a recession, it's a robbery, and we won't stand for it.
Say a few words on behalf of the campaign against household and water taxes. Next Monday and Tuesday, in the budget, the Fine Gael Labour government will introduce close to €4 billion worth of cuts and tax increases. Now, we would all like to see a fight back take place against those attacks on ordinary people. We would like to see the same type of protests that we're seeing across the water in England, Scotland, Wales, and also in Northern Ireland during the week, when 3 million workers took strike action against attacks on their pensions and against their welfare state. The union leaders need to be put under pressure on these issues. But there is one issue which, without any doubt, is in our own power and our own control to organise a fight back around. And that is the issue of the household tax. Because instead of taking the household tax out of our wages, they are asking us to pay the household tax to the government. So we have a choice to make. We can decide, do we pay the household tax to the government, or do we exercise our right to people to refuse to pay for two reasons. First of all, this crisis was made by bankers, by developers, by right-wing politicians, and by rich men and women. It was not made by ordinary working people, by ordinary middle-class people. For 3 years, we have taken it in the neck and been asked to pay again and again and again. This is our chance to say we're drawing a line in the sand, no more. And that is the first reason why people should refuse to pay. The second reason is this. The government want to introduce a water charge, but they cannot introduce it straight away because they don't have a meter in every home. They're going to start a program of putting a meter in every home next year, and they hope to have it ready by the start of 2014, and at that point they hope to levy you for a water charge. They also would like to introduce a property tax, not on the Elysian Towers, but on the family home. But they can't do that at the moment because they don't have a proper register of all the sites in the country. They're starting to prepare that register at the start of next year, and they hope to have that ready at the start of 2014 as well. So in slightly over 2 years' time, they hope to have the homes metered, the register prepared, and to hit you with a property tax on your family home and a water charge in every house. And the household tax is a bridge. It is an interim charge, which they will hit you with in the meantime in preparation for the water charges and in preparation for the property tax on the family home. So whereas in January they are asking you for €100, in 2 years' time they will be asking you for €1,000 or more. What they're trying to do in January is to put their foot in the door, and if they get the foot in the door, they'll be back for more, and they'll be asking you and your family for €1,000 in 2 years' time. So for that reason as well, we are asking people to refuse to pay. 500,000, 1 million or more non-payers, we can put the government on the run on this issue. It's been done before. In Britain in the late 80s and the early 90s, 18 million people refused to pay the poll tax. And was the poll tax defeated? Yes. And the architect of the poll tax, Maggie Thatcher, her political career was finished. We defeated them on the water charges in the 1990s, and we have to defeat them on the household tax. There is a campaign campaign. It's the campaign against household and water taxes. We've had 7 public meetings in the city so far and the county. The 6 more taking place next week. There are hundreds of meetings taking place across the country. Cork, Limerick, Waterford, Dublin, Donegal. This will be a powerful campaign of people power. Join it and we can win, and it can be the beginning of a real fight back against austerity and these rotten right-wing policies. Thank you.
9 weeks on the road now and it has never rained on us yet. So I suppose just a little bit of background. I'm 58 years of age, and for 57 of those years I suppose I lived the life that was laid out for an awful lot of us at the time when I was growing up, and it's probably being laid out for you right now, you know. I got the education, the job, the mate, the nest, the kids. One of them is down there, and educating the kids and looking forward to the pension. And then, you know, a couple of years ago I started to look at what was happening around me when those words, blanket, bank guarantee, first hit the airwaves here. And I started to do a small bit of research into economics and the world of high finance, and I started to head down into what is actually a cesspit. It really is. It's, you know, that's where I think the rats go, because it's just sewage down there. And what I started to learn is frightening. You know. What we're talking about here, and the reason I think that a lot of us are here is because of the way that we're all being manipulated. It would never have occurred to me a year ago, but I know it now. And the more I learn on it, you know, the more committed I am to trying to do our little bit to try and change it. We are hearing here, and you know, I've had a few here. There's a chant going up. We are the 99%. But actually, lads, I think we're undervaluing ourselves. We're the 100%, really, you know, because we're everybody, and that 1% that we're talking about, that own, you know, a huge fraction of a proportion of the wealth in the country at the moment. They're actually part of us as well, you know. And I think that what we need to do now is embrace them, you know, bring them back into the 99%. And if we have to squeeze the greed out of them in that embrace, then we'll do that, you know. But I think that we are the 100%, and again, you know, I've done a lot of self-educating the last year, and there's a lot of talk, an awful lot of talk about right and left, which again I think, you know, we can really bypass for the moment, because this is just about right and wrong. And I think what's happening with us, you know, with this so-called bailout is wrong, and it is very wrong. And one of the chants that I heard out there, you know, and like we're being told, and I'm told time and time again, I meet it every day of the week now, that, you know, we can't do anything about it, we are powerless. But there was one chant that that was going out there today, and you know, when they say, and it's going to happen now, when they say cut back, we say fight back. And that's what I say, and I would urge you, like, whenever you hear cut back, just think fight back. Fight back. Because next week, thanks be to God, Enda Kenny is going to put us all at our ease on Sunday night, you know, with that great speech. I'm really looking forward to that. I have a couple of hours booked aside for that, you know, and then a couple of days so that I can digest it afterwards, because I'm sure it's going to be heavy stuff coming from Kenny.